What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for another Tottenham update video today. It's just going to be a quick one. I know we haven't done it in quite a while, in a couple of days, so I thought I'll bring everyone up to speed with, I know there's not much that's going on, but with everything that is going on. And let's start off with the Amazon documentary. Now, everyone's probably seen the clips that are doing the rounds on social media, doing the rounds from Amazon, you know, the little trailers and the little snippets that have come out. The latest one to come out is of Dele Alli telling everyone what his favourite chocolate is and how he doesn't want to be friends with anyone that's, if Bounty is your favourite chocolate. But Crunchy is up there for him. So I think, just jokes aside, I think that the little trailers and the little snippets are really getting everyone excited. I think the main points are Jose Mourinho and his motivational talks. I think really everyone is really excited to see it. But there has been some more news about the Amazon documentary. First of all, we know that it's out on the 31st of August. It's going to be released in kind of 3 bursts of 3 episodes, so 9 episodes in total. But what has come to light is the guy behind me, as you can see, Tom Hardy, the great Tom Hardy, is going to be narrating the documentary throughout. Me, for one, I am very excited about this. I love Tom Hardy as an actor. I think he's a brilliant actor. And I'm really excited to hear him narrate the documentary all the way through. So that is some great news for the documentary. But now let's move on to some footballing news, and let's start off with Troy Parrott. He's been talking to the press about how he's looking to follow in the footsteps of Harry Kane. He was talking about how Harry Kane went on loan to Millwall, and then obviously he's grown to be Harry Kane, and Troy Parrott is hoping to follow in those footsteps. But what we've seen as well, Millwall have released a video onto their social media in the last couple of days of Troy Parrott in finishing training, and he is banging them in for fun. I'm just so excited to see what Troy Parrott can do this season. Not only Troy Parrott, but Ollie Skip as well, who's gone on loan to Norwich. So we're going to be keeping a very close eye on these 2 players throughout the season. We're going to be bringing you weekly loan updates about Troy Parrott and Ollie Skip, so keep your eyes peeled, because I for one are very excited to see how both of these players turn out next season, especially though playing regular week in week out football. I really hope they will. Which has moved us on to Harry Kane, actually, and he has got some bad news. Obviously, he has been on holiday in the Bahamas, enjoying a bit of a break with his family, with his kids and his wife. Since he's gone away, the rules have changed a bit, and the rules state that if you are in Bahamas, you need to come back and quarantine for 2 weeks. So what that means is that Harry Kane is going to miss the start of pre-season. I'm sure you could have guessed what I was about to say. He is undergoing a 2-week quarantine. He's going to be back in training hopefully by next week, which means that he will be fit and firing to play for Gareth Southgate in the for England in the European Nations League. So I guess that's a good thing. But to be honest, I probably would have preferred it if he would have still been in quarantine for those games, because, you know, this guy's schedule is absolutely insane this season. You know, the amount of games this guy is going to have to play, we're really going to have to protect him this season. Not only is there an international break before the season, during the season we've got those qualifiers. In the space of 2 weeks, we're going to have 2 games in 48 hours in 2 consecutive weeks. It's going to be a mental schedule. Europa League qualifiers, Carabao Cup, Premier League, FA Cup a bit later. But not just that, in October there's another international break where England play 3 games. In November there's another international break where England play 2 games, and then in March there's another international game where England play 2 games, and then after the season finishes, oh my god, I can't tell you, there is the World Cup qualifiers, and then after that there is Euro 2020. So this guy is literally not going to get a rest from now until the end of July. So that is absolutely insane. But look, Harry Kane always gets a big injury, so we're really going to have to protect the guy. We're really going to have to do that. I mean, it's going to be a tough season for Harry. And, you know, not just Harry, but any player that is going to be playing for England or any international team, because it's especially the European international teams, it is going to be very tough season and a tough slog for everyone. And if you thought that football was kind of non-stopping throughout just after the break, where it was non-stop football, you haven't seen anything yet. This is literally going to be a whole season of non-stop football throughout. But let's move on. Eric Dier has been talking to TalkSport, and he has come out with some great quotes about Jose Mourinho. He's talking about how when they talk privately, they speak in Portuguese, but when they're around people, they speak in English. A bit of a teacher's pet, Eric Dier is turning out to be. But would you have thought any different as of, like, you know, Mourinho's been chasing the guy for a long time? But what he also said, he said, for me, it's very special after growing up in Portugal to be managed by him. He's talking about Jose Mourinho. And then he says, when I was growing up, he won the Champions League with Porto and then went on to Chelsea and was extremely successful. And he says it's extremely special to be managed by him now. So I think these kind of quotes are expected from Eric Dier. I think when you look at the whole squad, I think they're all going to be feel it's special to be managed by Jose Mourinho. He's trying to instill that winner's mentality. You hear any Spurs player at the moment talking about Jose Mourinho, they're always just talking about how he's banging on about winning the whole time, how he's trying to instill that winner's mentality into the squad. And I, for one, I'm very excited for next season. I am. I know it might be an unpopular opinion or what have you, but I think Jose Mourinho's first year, the year ends in one. I'm just thinking it's an omen for Spurs to win something this season. I really do. I think we're going to have a good season. I think if we get our targets in, we get that right back in, we get a potential left back, a sub-striker, I really think we can do something this season. But like I said, the football is just coming thick and fast, so players are going to be protected. We're going to have to use our squad, use our rotation, and I think that we can have a good season. Moving on to a bit of transfer news, talking about Serge Aurier. We've brought to you on this channel how AC Milan have been chasing him. There hasn't been any real updates, but there were reports saying that AC Milan were in London over this weekend to try and get that deal over the line. Me personally, I don't think we should be selling him until we get a replacement in. I personally think if we sell Serge Aurier, we need to bring two in. So if we don't sell him, we only need to bring one in. So for me personally, I would keep him and just bring in one extra right back. But I can see the logic behind selling him. You know, you can probably get a decent fee in 15 to 20 million. It seems as though Spurs are trying to look at 20 million for him, but AC Milan want to spend between 15 and 17 million around that ballpark figure. So there is still work to be done on that deal, but it looks as though Aurier is welcome to the move to AC Milan. We're welcome for him to leave, and AC Milan have made him in their number one target. So I do feel that it is a deal that will get over the line. But like I said, I don't think Aurier, I know he's very lapsed in defence and he loses concentration quickly, but I feel that he's had an alright season, and I feel that if we bring in a right back to contest him, then maybe we could see a better Serge Aurier, but that remains to be seen. And like I said, that I'm not too against him being sold. I just don't see the logic in kind of not bringing in two. And you know Daniel Levy, I think we'll only bring in one. So there you have it. Last but not least, I'm going to talk about the friendlies. So we know this weekend we're playing Ipswich at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. On the 28th, next weekend, we're playing Reading at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And then 24 hours later, we'll be playing Birmingham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. But what has come out is that we have got a friendly against Watford on the 5th of September, freshly relegated to the Championship, newly managed as well. We'll be travelling to Vicarage Road on the 5th of September in a behind closed doors friendly. So there you have it. That is the news I brought to you today. We spoke about the Amazon documentary, a bit about Troy Parrott, Harry Kane having to quarantine for 2 weeks upon his arrival back to the UK, Eric Dier with some great quotes about Jose Mourinho, and a bit about the pre-season. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any thoughts regarding those updates. And as always, come on you Spurs.